Perry Allison, and rowing has changed and transformed my life forever. In 2017, I was 80 pounds heavier than I am today. I was completely frustrated with the way that I looked, the way that I felt, and now I can honestly see that I had plateaued in my potential, and just every area of my life was not as fulfilling as it really should have been, or certainly as it is now. And so, I had lived that way for almost 30 years. I was 28 at the time of my, the beginning of my transformation. And, up to that point, I really kind of felt hopeless. I felt hopeless that, I would ever find a fitness routine or lifestyle for myself. I felt hopeless that, diet and exercise was not something that I would ever be able to incorporate for myself. The irony being extremely rich in that I, prior to this, had been in the fitness industry for 15 years. Primarily, I was involved in the support and distribution of fitness equipment and products. And so I was around equipment all day long: treadmills, ellipticals, strength equipment. I knew the ins and outs. I knew the benefits and the value of these products from, a support standpoint. But honestly, if I could tell you the truth, I felt like a complete fitness outcast. I didn't, feel like I belonged in gym settings or fitness environments. Obviously, carrying that extra weight, it's interesting how that's a thought, but I just felt like walking into a gym was not a place I should be because I wasn't in shape, right? As silly as that sounds, I know that there are other people that can relate to that, right? So, being out of shape, I not only felt completely intimidated in those environments, but I also didn't have an understanding of what variety of products to use in order to get the results that I was looking for. So was it 30 minutes on a treadmill, then 10 minutes on the lat pull down machine, and then 10 minutes on the leg curl, leg extension? Obviously, from my professional experience, I knew the variety and the plethora of products that are made available in fitness settings. And with that kind of anxiety, I guess at this point I would call it, that I had just being in those settings, of course, trying to then determine what variety of use on each product was necessary was completely a foreign concept to me, and being able to kind of figure that out. So overall, that was really kind of a hopeless avenue for me. Going into a gym, working out, and seeing results, it's just not something that was in the cards for me. And that, was just extremely discouraging. Like I said, 28 years of living this unhealthy lifestyle, not eating right, not taking care of myself, had really taken this toll, and I was just at a place where I was just frustrated. But at the beginning of 2018, that's really when I started my fitness journey. And what got me started with rowing in particular, rowing is obviously something I knew existed. Rowing machines were a product that I knew was out in the market, but I had never really taken a solid look at them, considering what type of value and what type of operation really kind of went into it. They were just more of an accessory of fitness centers, so never really kind of considered it for myself. I guess just classified them along with treadmills, ellipticals, bikes. But at the beginning of 2018, what got me started with rowing was actually a visit to my friend. My friend actually had a rowboat at the time, oddly enough, and he would actually row to this island off the coast of his house. And so I had the opportunity to row actually on the water, and I saw what a tremendous workout rowing provides. And I was just like so thrilled with it, because it was exciting, obviously, to be on the water, and then to do this new range of motion that you just felt in your arms, your chest, your core. Obviously in a boat you don't use a lot in your legs, but I just saw it was an incredible experience. At the same time, I had actually just finished a biography about Teddy Roosevelt, and found that his primary form of exercise was also rowing. So intrigued by that, I knew that I could purchase a rower for myself that I could put in my home that would be easy to use. I could hop on it every single day, and I could replicate that range of motion. So that's exactly what I did. I purchased a rower, and as they say, the rest is history, right? I rode every other day for 20 minutes a day, and very quickly I started to see some results. I didn't see all of the results, but I started to see some results. I started to feel better just in my body. I felt stronger. I could notice that tangible level of energy and endurance starting to be present with my daily activities. And so results were starting to show. And again, that's not something I had ever experienced before. So that kind of compounded in my interest in continuing that activity of rowing. And so that increased my motivation and reinforced that routine, which that routine became a habit. And a year and a half later, I had lost 80 pounds in fat. I gained and toned muscle. I had increased my endurance. And I got to tell you, like, the health benefits have just been absolutely amazing. One thing that I tell people, and what I know obviously is the most common goal people have when pursuing diet and exercise is to lose weight, right? To look physically better. And that was certainly my objective as well. But what I can say now, having transformed my life and experienced this change, is that the other health benefits, from obviously kind of what's happening internally, but even mentally, like the clarity that I now have throughout my day, the way that my energy doesn't dip off midday, to the type of just enthusiastic motivation that I have in all areas of my life, my relationships, my career, playing with my kids, has just gone through the roof. The type of power in knowing that I have effectively changed something that was a burden to me for almost 30 years, I just can't put into words what that means to me. Being able to affect that kind of change over something that I could not control for so long, and then suddenly to do that, and obviously for others to see that in my life as well, really shows that type of control and that specific attention applied to one area of my life. I could change what I thought was the impossible. So now I look at any challenge in my life, any project that I'm working on, anything that immediately seems a little bit unlikely or impossible, I know now, having changed my fitness lifestyle, that anything's possible to me, right? So if I change this, I can affect change in other areas that seem unlikely as well. So look, all of the other byproducts of fitness, the holistic perspective of a healthy lifestyle, are, in my opinion now, the most valuable thing that I've acquired from rowing and from getting my fitness in order. So look, that's my story, and I feel so passionately to share the same experience with you. The way that rowing has become a habit for me. Now I know that habit is the most important concept of establishing and changing your fitness life. And rowing, just with its unique motion, the way that it doesn't replicate what we're constantly doing during our daily lives, has been game-changing. It's been interesting, cognitively engaging. So this unique range of motion that I'm only doing during exercise is something that my mind has taken as really an interesting motion and has made it a habit as a result. So look, I would encourage you, if you can relate to my story of frustration, being unhealthy, and just being kind of at your wit's end over how to pursue a new fitness journey. If you've seen relative results from some programs and diets, as I had up to that point, only to fall back into the same weight and the same frustrations and feeling even more frustrated and disappointed. Look, I would challenge you to take a solid look at rowing. It's changed my life, and I know it can change yours as well. It's one machine, one exercise. It's all you need. Again, 20 minutes every other day is what I originally dedicated to it, and I experienced some tremendous results. So look, if you're ready to get started, let's get going. I'm looking forward to you seeing results and changing your life forever, and I look forward to hearing about it.